Hello everyone, this is Alec coming to you with the fifth and final game of this incredible best of 5 series between eHome's Remind and Rage.Yumiko. So far this best of 5 series has been more than entertaining. If you guys have not tuned into my past 4 games, my past 4 commentaries, you should go and check those before you watch this. They really are pretty epic. Both these players, top players of the world right now. This is the 225th Zotac Cup. This is the finals, obviously, because it's the only the finals are best of 5. So I hope you guys enjoy. Let's get into the game. So this map is Secret Valley. Looks like Remind's going to be spawning in the top right-hand side position. Going to be going for standard Altar of Kings Moonwell start, whilst Yumiko is going to be spawning in the bottom left, is going for Altar of Kings Barracks Farms start. All very standard for both players, just to start off. And I'm sorry, it is a little bit laggy, but that is just because I am currently converting one. My frames per second is about 10 right now. I'm currently uploading 3 videos, and I'm converting one, so I've never actually been uploading this many videos at the same time before. So it's a little bit of a test for my computer. Anyways, on this map, what do we expect to see creeping wise? We'll probably be seeing creeping of this camp with militia creeping this camp. Then later on we may see the Archmage come up with footmen either up to this camp and militia creep this camp, or come up with footmen and just creep out the ground at this camp, because there's a level 6 red dragon that is unable, that you cannot kill unless you do use the Archmage water elemental sort of AI glitch, sort of like an AI bug where you can bring out the sort of bait the red dragon out, and then so that it doesn't come back to the healing fountain, so that it doesn't get healed, and yet your Archmage will be healing. It's kind of a funny bug. It'll be kind of interesting if we actually get to see it. I'll show it to you if I see it. Anyways, Remind going to be doing some Ancient of War, being all very standard. Let's see what his first hero is going to be. Demon Hunter, and also very standard. So it looks like this will be sort of the exact mirror of what happened in previous games. Looks like this is exactly what I predicted. We're going to be seeing Yumiko coming in, going to be doing some militia creeping on these Null Assassins first, and then go for the Null Overseer. We won't be seeing any sort of harass. Both these players obviously looking to play this a bit more conservatively, considering there is 100 euros on the line in this final matchup. And basically it all comes down to this one game. Their whole entire tournament basically comes down to whoever wins right now. And there is no prize money for second place. Second place prize money is 0. So it's basically the exact same thing as coming in last. Demon Hunter not even going to bother to kill off this one Null Brute. Just looking to get to level 2. Just killing off that one little Null Poacher, I think they're called. But obviously not interested in wasting any more time over there. Let's see what the Archmage plans on doing. Ooh, I'm surprised he actually brought down the Archmage and some footmen to come creep this. Normally all you see is the human player will pull 6 militia and just creep this green camp alone, just militia. You see that a lot, but I'm surprised that Yumiko brought down his footman and his archer, and his footman and his Archmage as well. Sorry, I said archer as well. I'm surprised that he did that. Oh jeez, this is really laggy. Please forgive me. This is the 5th game of the series, so it will be a little bit laggy. You can expect that just because I'm uploading all my other videos at the same time, and this is not the best top-notch computer. So you're gonna just have to bear with me. If you watch some of my other commentaries, you can be sure they're not as bad as this. Right now my frames per second's it's ranging from 7 to 15. Average is about 10, 11. Anyways, we're going to be seeing Yumiko coming in and militia creeping this orange camp. And so far we've seen Yumiko go for that fast expand in every single game so far. So it should be interesting to see whether he goes for that another fast expansion right here in his natural. Whether his natural is sort of actually right over here, this spot right here. The most obvious creepy spot would be here just because it's much easier to creep this spot. But Remind doing a very nice job getting a lot of hits off on this Archmage. Archmage down to 100 hit points now. He probably wants to take down minimal as the least amount of hit points as he can. And look at exactly what's happening. Archmage going to make an effort to heal, but it'll be to no prevail. It really will, just because it's going to get caught out a little bit. And Remind played that perfectly, aggravating the creeps so that they attack the Archmage and not himself. Very nicely played there by Remind. Yep, that's exactly what we're going to see. Yumiko going to power build his first Arcane Tower, and we will be seeing maybe an Arcane Vault being placed. And we'll probably be seeing the Town Hall being dropped right here, maybe an Arcane Vault right around here probably, maybe down here. I would imagine he's going to drop the Arcane Vault right here. Remind getting a little bit too low on hit points on his Demon Hunter, overextending just a tad, and he's going to be forced to TP. And nope, Yumiko decided to put the Town Hall over to the north side of the expansion. So, kind of a weird placement. You would assume that he'd place it more down here, but I guess he's got some sort of a strategy or a plan. I guess there's sort of less ways to sort of siege the expansion, just because it's sort of a bad position if you come in from this side. But I don't know. I find it's kind of a funny position, to be honest. But anyways, see what's happening over here as Yumiko, in a way, he's going to get creep jack because he's going to be in the middle of creeping. And as Rima will be coming in with a Pandair and Brewmaster, he's chosen that as his second hero for every single game so far, as he's going to try and siege this expansion. He's going to bring in that Pandair and Brewmaster. I imagine he went for Breath of Fire for his first effect. There we go. There's another Breath of Fire across all of those footmen. Remind doing a very nice job killing off all of those footmen to try and delay this expansion. All those peasants, sorry, to try and delay this expansion as much as possible. AMAP, as much as possible. Anyways, let's check the hero levels. 2-1 for Remind's heroes, and whilst Yumiko has a level 3, so pretty even hero levels. On the hero levels, maybe Yumiko might be a tad bit ahead just because he's been creeping a bit better. But tech-wise, I mean, not economically, but tech-wise, he's quite behind. Hasn't even started his tech yet, is still at just tier 1, not even a blacksmith up. Whilst Remind already has lores being dropped, tier 2 tech finish, probably seeing a tier 3 tech momentarily, and some Dryads going to pump out of these, and later on some Juice of the Cloud, which will be turning into bears. All of that would be would not surprise me at all. All of that is probably what is expected. So Yumiko really taking a lot of damage on the expansion. Probably wants to get up some more guard towers. Does he have that lumber mill down? Yes, he does have the lumber mill down, so he will be able to start putting up some guard towers, which is exactly what he needs to do, because his expansion right now, just with that single arcane tower, with no units, is quite vulnerable, especially to the Breath of Fire. That Pandair and Brewmaster really wants to get some towers up as soon as possible. Let's see what Remind plans on doing. Yep, that's exactly what he plans on doing. Going to bring his Pandair and Brewmaster. He's going to bring his Demon Hunter. All to try and siege this expansion, but Yumiko is there waiting for him, ready to try and defend this as best as possible. And so it looks like Remind did sort of make an effort to go straight for that Archmage, as his first couple Dryads are going to come in. One footman going to get caught out, unfortunately, for Yumiko. And that footman's going to go down. And it looks like one more water element might go down. Nope. That water element's will live to see another day. But then again, it's just going to time out eventually. Yumiko doing a nice job killing off these wisps with his footman. Just sort of scouting around with his one little footman, just taking out any wisps that he can see. Doing pretty nice scouting as well. Gonna scout out this expansion spot. Gonna see that nothing's there, while he chases down that wisp. This is a pretty good game so far. Pretty conservative play from both players. All very standard so far. Right now, Yumiko gonna power build a bunch of towers. Gonna try and upgrade them to guard tower as soon as possible without them being destroyed by before Remind can destroy them and cancel them. Right now, Remind, there's a little bit too much of an army for Yumiko at the moment, and there's not really much that Remind can do unless he sort of drags them out, which is exactly what he's doing. A little bit of some of the footmen and the Archmage are going to get caught out a little bit, and as they retreat, these Dryads need to try and kill off as many footmen as he possibly can. And nope, he's going to just he's just going to strictly focus down that Archmage, and when he runs into these towers, he's going to be forced to retreat. And one footman looks like it's going to go down. Yep, one footman does go down, as now Remind does have level 3 on his Demon Hunter. So finally he has his level 3. Let's see what Yumiko is going to be starting his tier 2 tech, about 1/5 of the way done that. So that'll still still be there for a while as Remind decides to just sort of clear out this little, finish off this orange camp. Here we go. This is exactly what I was talking about. What wasn't done with the Archmage and Elementals, but it was done with Dryad. What you do is you sort of draw the red dragon all the way out to here with your Dryads. Then as it chases you, and because of range damage, you can just run back and you'll be in the range of the red drake. So it won't follow you back to the fountain. So now these Dryads are being healed while the dragon is not being healed by the fountain, making it that much easier to creep. Just a little sort of AI bug. Not even really a bug, it's just sort of a trick that you can use. Let's see what Remind's doing. Tier 3 tech is finished, so we'll probably be seeing that bear upgrade momentarily. That master training, yep, there it is. Master training being researched, so he will be having a lot of bears coming out to try and fend off this army of Yumiko. Yumiko wants to get those casters out as soon as possible to try and counter and fight off those bears and trying just to defend himself against those bears, really. Let's see what Remind plans on doing. Going to drop that proxy Ancient of Wonders just to help him siege this expansion that much easier, just because with that shop so much closer, that Pandaren Brewmaster can easily buy anti-magic shells, can easily buy Potion of Mana, just so he can get a maximum amount of Breath of Fire that he can without taking feedback damage and losing too much mana and taking too much damage. So right now Yumiko just basically banking on gold at 45 over 54 food, has over 2,000 gold, so he probably wants to start going for, hell, I'd even go for like a tier, no, don't, I wouldn't waste his money on a tier 3 tech, but I'd start getting upgrades like masonry upgrades and such, and things like that, you know? Just sort of upgrades that you don't really need, but they're useful once if you have them. And with the amount of gold that he has, he can afford it, you know? It looks like Remind did a very nice job sieging this expansion. A lot of towers are falling. Looks like a lot of peasants are falling as well. Really nice bear mic here by Remind, getting that rejuvenation off on all of these bears. Going to take down as many towers as he possibly can. Let's see what, where is the army now of Yumiko? I don't see it anywhere. Oh, no, here we go. Yumiko going to go for a bit of a base trade. Let's see what happens. Nope, Yumiko is just going to decide to retreat. And it looks like Remind is going to be able to siege this, looks like Remind is going to have a very easy time just to siege the rest of this expansion. And there goes a lot of the tech from Yumiko. The blacksmith is going to fall, the shop is going to fall. That's really too bad. I was hoping for a little bit more of a defense there from Yumiko, but he just didn't have it in him. Now Remind just going to try and get as much damage off on the Yumiko as he can. Yumiko going for Nagasiwich as the second hero is kind of an interesting choice, because if you go to Nagasiwich, you're getting it for those cold arrows, and if you have the cold arrow effect, then it's sort of used more for like weaker units, you know? And bears, it's kind of hard to chase down bears with, especially with a Nagasiwich, who's a slow hero. Unless he has boots of speed, it's pretty hard to chase it down. Anyways, now the Demon Hunter of Remind is just going to kill off that Nagasiwich and get trapped, actually. But he is right next to the Healing Fountain, so it'll be next to impossible to try and kill off that Demon Hunter with evasion, with level 2 evasion and being healed at the same time. Remind, knowing this, is dispelling all of those water elementals and bring in the rest of his army. The expansion is totally sieged. His hero levels are way better than that of Yumiko's. Come 4-3, basically 4-4 against 4-1. So I really think that Remind has pretty much clinched this. It would take a miracle for Yumiko to try and come back from this. He is really, Remind also has the tech advantage. I'd almost say an economic advantage, but not really, just because he did siege that expansion. Yumiko lost a lot of money with that expansion. But it's mainly just sort of tech that he lost there, not so much as he lost economy. Now, Remind just deciding to focus down this Altar of Kings. Going to try and kill it before the Nagasiwich comes out. Unfortunately, he won't be able to kill it in time. Nagasiwich will be able to come out. It won't be that much good. Nagasiwich almost not very much DPS at all. And without that forked lightning, so, and that Pandaren Brewmaster was just so much DPS with the amount of Breath of Fire or if he's not taking feedback damage, then you gotta steer clear of that Panda and Brewmaster, because that Breath of Fire will just burn you to pieces. And right now, Yumiko, I think he's just sort of, he's in that state where he's just telling himself, like, alright, what do I have to do to win this, when really it's pretty much hopeless. Like, honestly, I like Yumiko. He's a really good human player. One of my favorite human players, but there's really not much. It's kind of, in any other games, if it wasn't a tournament, if it wasn't the Zotac Cup Game 5, a best-of-5 series in the finals, I think he would have called GG by now. But just because of the type of game it is, he's not called GG just because you have to sort of have hope in yourself. Just for the 100 euros, you know, it's a lot of money, especially for Warcraft 3, considering this game. There's not a lot of money. There's not a lot of big tournaments anymore in this game. There's not a lot of money to be won in this game anymore, compared to like StarCraft 2, for example, where they have like 2 MLGs a month worth, and they thousands and thousands of euros worth of prizes weekly, basically. There's a lot of money in StarCraft 2, and Warcraft 3 there's really not that much money whatsoever. Anyways, Remind walked. Let's get back into the game though. Remind did walk his Ancient of Wonders over to just to get it that much closer and make it that much more effective for Remind. I wouldn't even be surprised if we saw him walk it over to here or walk it over to here, or even just because right now Yumiko is sort of trapped in his own base. 3,000 gold left in the main gold lines, so still quite a bit left. Let's see what Remind's doing in his base. Nothing out of the ordinary. No new bears gonna come out. Looks like he's just sort of lost track of his micro, not focusing so much on his macro. I mean, not so focusing so much on his macro anymore. Just sort of playing it. No, he knows he's won this. He just knows he needs to take out this hero. And look, Archmage is gonna fall. Level 4 Archmage, and now Yumiko, there's really not much more that he can do. It looks like he's just gonna try and fight right down to the last breath, it looks like anyways. But to be honest, there's not much more he can do. Remind is, oh, I thought he was setting up an expansion, but nope, just going to, yep, nope, never mind, I take that back. Remind is setting up, did build a Tree of Life, going to be setting up that expansion. Very nicely done by him. Because he knows he won this, but he may as well get that just as a why not. It can't hurt to have an expansion, right? As he just continues to siege this base of Yumiko, this human base. So these buildings are just so bulky. Like, look at this barracks. It's like 1,500 hit points just on a barracks. The human bases are just so hard to siege with those towers and everything. It's just so hard. It looks like Remind is just gonna try and creep this camp out just single-handedly with the Tree of Life. Probably wants to start Tree of Life though with that. But I'm not really sure what he's waiting for. Oh, there we go. He's going to be bringing in that Demon Hunter. That's what he's going to be doing. As the Demon Hunter may get to level 5 after creeping this camp. Where's that Panda and Brewmaster? Nope, Panda and Brewmaster not going to steal any of the experience from the Demon Hunter. It looks like the Demon Hunter will get to level 5. And yeah, this is pretty much just GG. Yumiko may as well just call GG. It's only a matter of time, you know. He's reviving the Archmage from the altar just because he's kind of being forced to. He has no more Altar of Kings. He just has to. It would be more money to rebuild the Altar of Kings, you know. Anyways, he's really being pushed back right into the back of his base right now. Lots of morts, few casters. Let's see the food count. 49 over 66 compared to Remind 68 over 70. I'm sorry for the noise in the background. That's just my family making funny noises. I'm not really sure what they're doing. Maybe they're just trying to aggravate me. But I doubt that. Maybe they just forgotten that I'm doing this because I've been going on for so long. Anyways, Remind just continues to not even going to bother to pull back his Demon Hunter. Oh no, never mind. Just going to staff his Demon Hunter out just so he can gain the maximum amount of experience on that Master as he possibly can. Panda and Brewmaster may get to level 5. Actually, no, I doubt it. He may get to level 5. Did he get it? No, but he's going to pick up a nice item. Actually, Cloak of Flames, very nice item. Just so you can sort of run the Panda and Brewmaster right into the main base of Yumiko, and all his units around there are going to take immolation damage. Pretty nice item. He may pass it up to the Demon Hunter. I wouldn't be surprised. Let's see how the Remind expansion is going to be going. Going to put down 2 Ancient and Protectors. Just sort of building up his economy. He's preparing for the future, even though there is no future of this game. as Yumiko is going to be running out of money any second now. Uh, Whoops, sorry. Remind, knowing this, is just going to leave very smartly by Remind. Just going to leave his Ancient Wonders there so that if Yumiko decides to expand, he's going to have to kill this, and which will tell Remind that he's expanding. And now look at what Yumiko's doing. Sort of one last final little planned strategy that he's going to go Invis Mortars, but no, he's just going to run them back for some reason because he sees that Remind is right near his base and he's going to be forced to just to pull back, or maybe he's going to pull some items, it looks like. Going to buy a scroll of healing, 2 scrolls of healing as he runs back. Yep, he's just going to run back. We are going to see Remind now make an effort to sieging the main town hall, the main keep of Yumiko, and it doesn't look like he's going to have a problem with all 6 of his bears. Yep, this should not be a problem. Look at all these peons trying to power build. He should run out of resources pretty soon, but no, and even then it's not even worth it. It's just going to run out of resources, and before he even runs out of resources, he's just going to get killed. There we go. This calls down. Now it's just a 3, 2, 1, GG. And wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. GG should be very soon. Yumiko making one last final stand, maybe looking to get a hero kill of some kind. And there's a nice breath of fire off on all these peons. And there we go, GG from Yumiko. I hope you guys enjoyed this Best of 5 series. Let me know if you guys want me to do more of these Best of 5 series. There's a lot of work to do all these. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. Have a good night. I know I'm going to have a good night after all this. I hope you guys enjoyed. See you later.